That's hi. You want to sit on my lap today? Um, can crack. It's blue today. So, from last night, um, I did figure out the difference between how sprites are uh displayed in Unity and the UI, which is like I was kind of getting everything onto the canvas, which is mostly correct. Like a lot of this I did get is in the correct spot on the canvas. What Where I made the error was like the background and the player need to be sprites, and that is handled differently because like it zooms down into here, and this is where the sprites live with the camera. Um, so like that, I figured that out, so that shouldn't be a problem going forward. The images that I planned to be like spread out around the room, except for like the progress bar because I need that button function, not the button, the fill functionality for the image in there, and the sprite doesn't do that. Um, yeah, I think currently everything that is going to be UI is UI. So everything else, like the couch spikes, um, oh, this is the screenshot from my iPad, for reference placement references. Um, so that actually doesn't need to be there. Go away. So yeah, things like the lap cat, the TV, the wall art, all that stuff going forward can be sprites. So I figured that out. And if I go into the character here, you see like all of these sprites and animations. I had to go into each of these sprites and cut them appropriately. So like all of these, and then go through the animations and make sure all of them are time looped. Go into the character, the animator, and set all of these guys up with the speed and the transitions. So all the animations should be all set going forward for the most part. Um, it's just going to be making the functionality for the animation switches, which shouldn't be that hard. Um, and then it was figuring out this issue. So there's the shopping cart issue where yeah, they animate now, and I just need to hide one hair or the other and then make a UI in the settings thing to fix that. So I still have this issue where if I click this, there's going to be an all references section popped up, and just as a thunderstorm was hitting, so I had to shut my whole thing down. My daughter woke up. I needed to put this all away, comfort her, put on like a movie, um, that kind of stuff. That was as far as I got, but I figured out that um my button controller is taking in an array of buttons. And because this variable is in the shop item component on the prefab parent, the empty that has the name on it, it can't access it. And I've tried to get it with get component in parent. That doesn't work. So this is going to need, I figured out, I've decided that this is going to need a reference to the button and then this, instead of an array of buttons, it's going to be an array of game objects that's going to hold those prefabs. So this is going to be the object, not the button. So I don't need get component in parent. And what I'm going to need to do is go back into this button controller and put the game object in there. Button controller. Okay. And then this is going to get the reference to the item button, which is, that needs to be public. Game object does not contain definition for item button. Do you want cuddles? And it item button doesn't like it. Why don't you like it? Oh, okay. Huh. This toggles the description just fine. Yeah, because that's correct. Except it wasn't? That wasn't correct. Oh, I never got to, okay, yeah. I never actually did handle purchase, so that actually wasn't correct and I just didn't test it. Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay. Going places, doing things, getting it done. So then this should work now? Okay, yeah, and now these are game objects, and now I can put these where they're supposed to be. Okay. So then if I play this, and go into shop, and I click a button, and I close it, it's going to say that it was true. Where's my console? Can we dock the console, please? And it's going to go through and it's going to say whether or not it was true or false. Okay. Which is good, which is what I want it to do. So if I uncomment this, okay. And I just need to do the same thing. Okay, that's doing exactly what I want it to. Doing exactly what I want it to. So now I need to go into this. And when I toggle the description, this might get a little bit into spaghetti. Or it feels a little repetitive. Because it's just this. Oh, that shouldn't. There should be a different toggle. Because this is going through when it's setting the button index when it toggles. Okay. So we're working through some stuff. I'm mulling this over in my head, how that's gonna look. Can a button do two things at once? A button should be able to do two things at once, right? So say I grab, let's open this up. Let's look at the shop button. And then on click, add the functionality of and yeah, I can still, okay, yeah, let's check there. Okay. So yeah, I'll do toggle all buttons. So this will just toggle the description, and if it'll toggle the description on each button, and if the button is active, then it's going to set the sales index to -0. And if you click the button, it's going to do the toggle and do set active index. Uh, we're just seeing, do these have indexes? All of their indexes are 1. Okay, and that's 0. Okay. So say I click, that feels like the opposite. That feels like the opposite. I want that to activate when the description activates. Saying 0. Like, that's weird. I probably set the text to everything just there. Yep. Yep, I did. Okay, it's kind of doing what it's supposed to. Maybe yeah, maybe just take that out. Put it in there like that. I don't know what's giving me spacing issues. I want to make sure that it's getting to -1. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, good. So, to toggle all of this off, and then stop item set component. I want to take this okay. And that's going to automatically set it to -1. Yeah. So there's not going to be like a weird purchase hop. Because as far as I know, that's not necessary. It's probably not necessary, but it's good for like just in case. Yeah. Okay. So when we go into this, if a description is active and we want to toggle the description. No, no, it's going to be the opposite of that. It's going to be the opposite of that. So if the description is not active, what I want to do first if the description is active, it's going to, yeah, it's going to toggle all of those. So if the description is active, it's going to set them. If the description is active, it's going to set all of the ones with the active description to false. I was calling this beforehand, so like a lot of the stuff that I just did was absolutely unnecessary. Okay. I'll clean it up later. I'll clean it up later. I don't want to get somewhere today. I want to finish the audio today. That's what I want to do. Started working at the end of the day because I'm like, it's tired. I'm tired. It's hard to think. But I should test that. Make sure there's nothing like in here that needs to be reset, which it does because I switched it. Oh, no, I switched the purchase button. That's what I did. These buttons aren't set yet. Okay, but those are set up correctly. And I feel like I needed those for something. I just wasn't just not sure what. My brain is just turning to mush. All of the mush brain. All of the mush brain. It's here. Okay, that's what I needed for it. It's there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So testing. It's like I get on stream and my brain turns to mush. Okay. So yes. Because you can see the little differences here and there. It's doing exactly what I wanted to. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So now I haven't quite handled the handle purchase yet. I can kind of test that. Let's look at this. So I have this progress bar. Canvas. I'm going to parent that, and that still works. So I wanted to. It doesn't still work the way I want it to. I'm going to parent, no, we are going to parent the border to the bar. And then it works the way I want it to. Cool. Okay, so, and then deactivate the bar. So, I was just thinking about like what I would need to do. And I think I need to make an upgrade handler, an upgrade manager. Because if I put everything that I need to toggle on and off, or just toggle from off to on in the purchase button, that's going to be a lot of serialized fields going into this purchase button that I have multiple instances of. So maybe I make one shop handler instead of dumping all of that into one script that's on multiple buttons. I think so. We'll find out. Okay, so this is going to need the public my autocomplete isn't working again. I believe. No. Yeah, it's not working again. I was going to do this after audio, but I think I'm going to do this now. Okay. And okay. So this is going to take in, I'm just going to set up the progress bar for now. I think it is going to be the game object because I don't need to change any of the parameters on it. I was fighting on whether I wanted to make it progress bar or upgrade index 0. Maybe this is upgrade index 0. So this is just okay, so that's all that is. So then if I come in here and if I do the purchase button, this handles, and then I get the shop manager. Upgrade index 0. Okay. So progress bar, item cost 5. And that's right. That's right. That's right. I remembered something. I remembered something. I can't do that here. I can't do that there. Well, maybe I'll put something else in its place for now. Purchase button. Put the coin in there. This is temporary. This is just for testing. Oh, something broke. Okay, something broke in the toggle shop. Because it's messing with my this. Okay. And that's not working. So item cost 5. Oh. Okay. Next item cost is less than coins. Okay. And there was the other thing in here. Toggle settings. Oh, yep. It was missing the brain button. Okay, so now if I click, something is missing. Yep. Yep. I know what's missing. I know what's missing. That works again. Okay, that seems to be working. Then it's disabled. Okay, it doesn't, the purchase doesn't disable the button yet, so I can keep, oh, and it's not handling the money. And that also didn't work. It's got the progress bar. It's got the progress bar. Purchase enabled. Okay. And then on purchase, handle purchase. Could be something going on here. Hold on. That's not the correct index. It's not the correct index. Because it's not the correct index. Because it's not the correct index. -5. How'd I get to -5? Okay, that did disable that. Cool. How'd I get to -5? Spend coins based on item cost. Okay, that works. I could also work on button 9. 11, 10, 9. I mean, I could work on all the buttons and then I wouldn't be working on sound. But I need to work on sound. I put off sound yesterday. I should work on sound. Okay. But I do have a framework for how that is working currently, which is good. I don't think I need this anymore, but I'll get rid of it later. Okay. But I should work on sound. I should work on sound. This is Music Manager. This is from storage. It's the same music manager that I used in storage. I don't think I put the screenshots in here. For that, I wonder if I can get the screenshots. I wonder if they're in my drive. They are in my drive. I did find them. I'm trying to grab the wrong window. Okay. So this is a sound mixer manager. And this has that. And there is a music manager and a volume manager. So where is, do I have audio? And in audio, audio mixer controller. Come over here. Okay. So this is the main audio mixer. There's the master. There's the sound effects. And there is the background music. Yeah. I don't think I need I don't think I need a sound effects object. I do think I need a BGM manager and an SFX manager. Yeah, because that's the music manager. There's the sound mixer manager. And then there's a volume. No, the volume manager has nothing to do with this because that was about post-processing volumes. That's not good labeling. So there is just the music manager and the SFX object that I'm switching for an SFX manager. Which I could just combine into a single audio manager. No, I can't because the background music is going to have its own audio source and the SFX manager is going to have its own audio source. So that way the two can be manipulated through volumes. Okay, but I am going to parent them to this so that it's easier to keep organized. And I'm going to take some of these and put them up here. I think there's a way to more accurately manage the files. I don't know how to do that yet. Button controller can go up here too. And then you have the main camera and then you have the background. Input events. I'm gonna put this up next to the main character and then you have the background and then the character and then the main. I'm gonna rename this because it's not the background canvas anymore. Now it's the main canvas, and that way there's the main canvas, there's the settings canvas, and then there's the shop canvas. So that's a little bit better organized. Okay. So now but they can both have the same audio manager script. Okay, and I don't, yeah, no, it's not in the game yet, but it is in the repository. Importing. These are not, some of these are not new songs. There's two that I did, one for this jam for the main theme and one for Kitsune for the main hub theme. But the other like one, two, three, four, five songs or songs I've used in other games. But I would like to set up like just the ability to change songs in the settings. And I think this is just a click. This is just a click for the buttons. Um, it's the same click that I used in the Mad Geometrist, like that's where I found it. And that was either something that I made with an instrument or got off free sounds, but I'm pretty sure everything in Mad Geometrist I made with an instrument. Okay. So I have the sounds in. This is going to be an experiment because I went through a tutorial to build this. I did not go back and look at the tutorial to attempt to build this, so it could be a mistake. We're gonna find out. Um, I'll go ahead and set up. I need one more script, and then I'll set up the UI. And this says music manager, but I'm gonna make it an audio manager. Yep, thank you. Go away. Okay. Audio clip, an audio clip array, music clip, and then an audio source. So the music manager doesn't need any UI. So I could set up the music manager. Oh, I might have to go back and look at. I know, music mixer manager, and then it does the sound function. Sound mixer manager. Okay, set FF. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I can set both of these up and then do the UI. So I'm gonna do that. Make it bigger. Yes. Bigger. Yeah. I do use start, and some of this I might have to finagle as I go along because of the difference between the spawn SFX object Yeah. I think yeah, and the play next song goes into a button, which is fine. Which is fine. Doing it again. Doing it again. I'm gonna go ahead and open the other one and then close and reopen. Okay. I can't put this in two places. I can't put it on. Can I put two audio sources on something? I don't think so. You won't be able to differentiate between the audio sources. Puzzling in real life. Going through the puzzles. So this is going to be a music manager, not an audio manager. Okay. They're gonna have similar elements because they're kind of basically the same, except they have two different functions. And one is to play a short clip, one is to have continuous music. Nope, nope, nope. Whether it's the right way or the wrong way to do something, it's a way. Oh. And this is going to get why are you unhappy? Oh. Okay. And yes. So on start, it's going to play on awake, it sets it to 0. Shouldn't have to set it to 0 again. So then and yeah, I don't need the in maze bowl. Because this is just gonna be if does it have a coroutine? Oh, that's why it has a coroutine. Yeah, I don't need that. So I don't think I need I don't think I need that. Because I just want it to skip to the next song. So I might need to rethink this. So Let's go index. Let's start with clip index equals 0. Put clip index in there. Audio source. Let's stop. I think it needs to stop the previous audio source. So that they're not playing on top of each other. Okay. And this might not even need to go into the if statement. Hmm? Maybe. Okay. And this is going to be similar. I only have one audio clip so far. If I need to, I can change it. So I might not even need to put the audio clip in there. Oh yeah, those are private. Okay. So this is just why do you want setting? Oh, okay. And then I'm going to put in the sound mixer. When I watched the tutorial for setting up this audio manager, when I was doing storage, the person that made the tutorial explained that he has no idea how this works. The name level does not exist in the current context because this is level. Just that it does. So if you ask me why that math is there, I can't tell you. I just know that it stops the issue of when you adjust the volume slider, it gradually goes down, or when the volume slider goes halfway, the sound disappears completely. I know that that's the issue that it fixes. I don't know why that fixes the issue. Okay. So now we get to work on the buttons. Also, I need to turn this music off and maybe turn this sound on. I need to okay. I thought something was gonna break. I need to go in here. I need to put the sound mixer manager there and the audio mixer there. That's not going to do anything yet, but it will. What is important is putting these songs in the right place. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 songs. Um, the Get Up theme should be first. And then it really doesn't matter. This could be completely random. One more. And then load in background, force mono. This audio source needs to loop. Yeah. Okay, so let me just see if I have audio. Yes, I have audio. Yay! This is the main theme for the game. I can't scoot in any further. If you don't like it, we're going to put in a button that changes it to the next song. Or turns the volume off completely. It's good, thanks. To do that, I need to go into here. And gotta make that smaller. Gotta make it centered. I might need to make it even smaller, but we will get there. So in phone settings, I need maybe a panel. We're gonna do an audio panel. Yeah. What's I don't know if my notes over here are gonna tell me. There's audio settings. Audio settings title. Back button. Slider, slider, slider. But each slider has a little text. So to this add text. Turn my music back on. It's too quiet here. Can you go back? Did it just decide it was gonna do it? Okay. I listen to Donkey Kong when I program. I'm out. I'm out. Okay. Okay. And then slider. And then this is going to have okay. And then this is too big. No. Yeah. Okay. And then let's I'm considering how I'm going to do the next song, previous song. I want it to go here, but do I want it as like previous play next, next song title previous? I still wanna have room for color down here. Button. I might need to make a UI element for that. Because it doesn't quite... I don't think it quite conveys next song. Why does control have two L's, brain? Looks a little weird. And maybe I should move this. Okay, yeah, and I'll figure out something maybe. This is probably going to go in the nice to have, but like maybe have the song show up in the description bubble or something. I think right now I just want to get it working. So this for the slider gets the mixer manager. Hello. And okay, and then this. Nope, I want the button. I want the button. Play next song. Play previous song. Hello. What can I do for you? You're being so gentle with your paws. Is it bedtime? You might want to cuddle. I don't know. Uh, Pause this. And I'm going to check some of this. This. I think some of these should start. Okay, we're gonna try that. Expose name does not exist. There's something else that I need to do. Expose parameters. List is empty. Okay. Parameters can be exposed to scripting. Select select an audio mixer group. Right click one of its properties in the inspector and select expose. Okay. Expose. Okay. Rename. And this needs to be the same thing that's in Visual Studio. Okay. And I okay. And then this is SFX. And then this is BGM. Okay. Let's try that. This is affecting the master. These are affecting the master. Those are affecting the master. Affect BGM. Save it. Save it. That sounded like his mouse. Maybe he has his mouse. He could have been over here because he wanted his mouse. Okay, we're affecting the master. We're affecting the BGM. And we're affecting the sound effects. Okay. Let me look at. Okay. Okay. Index out of range. Index was outside of the bounds of the array. Okay. If it is 0, yeah. I could hard code this. Because it starts at 0. So it's going to be length minus 1. Let's see if it goes backwards. Let's see if it goes forwards. And backwards. Okay. Outside of range. 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that goes forwards. So going backwards makes it out of range. So that probably needs to go there. Cool. And now what I need to do is buttons. 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 This needs the SFX manager. I think. So if the SFX instance play in the SFX audio generator, click. Ah, my brain is we're hitting the 2-hour mark. My brain just wants to shut down. But I want to get this. System update value on increase value. Well, first let's just check that. Let's just check that. Turn the settings canvas off. I might need to cut off a little bit. Oh yeah, I also need to look at the button settings. I need to cut that clip a little bit. Uh, yeah, you don't show me what I need. Come here, Audacity. I wish I could open the clip with Audacity. That is what I was trying to do. It's not giving the instantaneous. Skip. Skip. Sure. And what I want to do is bring that here. A wave. That's an MP3. That's an MP3. Okay, so that should update automatically. Yeah, I think that did. And then this needs to not play on awake. That's what that initial click was. That's what that initial click was. It's a little delayed. Hmm. Oh, maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe I don't need to do this. I'm gonna try something else. I think he's trying to get me to go to bed. He's just sitting there staring at me. And let me. Let's try this. It's still a little delay. Import. The waveform still shows a chunk in the middle. That still kind of shows a chunk in the middle. Maybe I didn't save it right. Okay, still got the click. Are you serious? Knock it off. Don't scratch the couch. Load in background. How do you random container? I know what that means. Oh, it does what I want to for now. So I can maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. Sometimes it seems like things make a difference. Sometimes they're arbitrary, and that's, yeah, doesn't really make a difference. There's a little in Unity, there's a little chunk that's right here that's cushioning it. Force to mono. Normalize? No. I don't know what that means. I don't know enough about the sound stuff. Bypass effect. Ignore any applied effects on audio source. I might need to look at it. But I can go ahead and give this sound effects. And give this sound effects. Yeah, I like this better than coding it in there. And then the other buttons are text extra, scenes, audio. My prefab folder is in my images. Okay, so shop button. Yeah. Okay, so all the buttons. Actually, I'm missing a couple buttons. I am missing a couple buttons. Okay, all of the buttons should click. That didn't click. Hmm. Hmm. I might have to set it for each of those buttons because it's an object in game. If that's the case, I can do that off stream. There's no reason to sit here and yeah, because it does work for that button. It work for the purchase button? Okay, no. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense for me to sit here. How come the purchase button works? Oh no. Oh wait, no. Yep. Purchase button is yep. 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 Bye all. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to go through and I'm gonna need to put the SFX manager on every one of those little buttons. But I'm gonna do that off stream because that's a tedious thing. And we are over 2 hours. Yay! Um, so I think yeah, the next pieces are gonna be hooking up the visual elements for the shop. So these, when you actually, like similar with this, when you actually go and purchase this, it shows up there. There's going to be the visual elements for um, all of these guys having the character sit up, which means yeah, there's gonna need to be a reference to the character. Let me, because I did want to play around with that today a little bit. I need to get my music back on. And I need the shop manager. Get the character. No. 9. Character. Get component. Yeah. Animator. Animator. Annie. Set pool. Sitting up. Okay. This isn't gonna work. Not fully. Because of these. Um, I'm just gonna give this a cost of 10. And why would you do that? Because I never remember to put the variables where they're supposed to be. Never remember to set the thing in the inspector. Has my desktop audio been playing that whole time? The bar wasn't going off, so I'm not sure. Hey, it does it. So what I'm gonna do, again, probably off stream because it's kind of tedious, is I'm going to make character, basically a character animation manager on the character so that it can I can put all the serialized fields for all of these into that character and then put a function on there that flips all the pieces all the way up, and then when they go to actually standing and getting up, flip all of those pieces all the way up. So that I don't have a whole bunch of serialized fields here. I'll just put the player manager into that, so it's a little bit more organized. And that way, when I go to toggle the hair on and off, it'll have its own character manager that the hair toggle for the settings can also sit in that manager. I could probably also put the color in there too. Yeah. Yeah, because it's gonna address the sprite renderer. So, like if we want to darken the skin color, I might make this character a little bit lighter so it has more of a range for the skin color. Because about about 50% and it gets to be just like burnt to a crisp, and I don't think the player wants to be burnt to a crisp. And maybe just a little bit redder so that it's got like a more natural darkness, skin darkness. I mean, if I just switch it to be a little bit pinker, then it can go down about 75%. Any darker than that, and it gets unnaturally black. But if I give it a little bit of pink, and then I would need to shift all the hue colors south 75%. And that could be on one slider, I think. I just need to figure out how to do that. But I'm learning, which is good. Okay. Okay. So I have a plan. There's the audio manager. I need to fix that. No. My brain skipped ahead and do I have I don't have a tablet pen anywhere. He's just staring at me like, go to bed. I want to cuddle. My freaking cat. Okay. So it's making the character animation manager. Making character animation manager and setting up the audio for the buttons. That was the other tedious thing that I can do off stream. Yeah. Yeah, this is good progress. Making good progress. And then next it's going to be um setting up the visual effects so that like these guys characters go away, like the this needs to be a single. Okay. Say if I apply if I bring in couch spikes. Couch spikes. I'm just going to bring in couch spikes. And character base is at 100. Background is at 100. Couch spikes 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That needs to go onto a props layer. Yeah. Upgrade images. Okay, so yeah, so I would need to do all of that sprite. I need to reset all of the sprites that I have in here to single. Pull those in. So I think I don't know if I'm gonna do that tonight. I looked at the time. I haven't had like a real dinner. I had a pina colada protein shake, which was pretty good. Like I wasn't expecting it to be that good for what it was, but it was pretty good. Um, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do any more. I'd like to get the tedious stuff out of the way. So I'm going to have some dinner and I'm gonna get the tedious stuff out of the way, but I think that's as much as I'm gonna do on stream, which is quite a bit. It's quite a bit. Like I got the audio, I got the purchase button working appropriately. I got the functionality for the shop and the descriptions working the way I want it to. Yeah. So once I get all of the images in, then it's going to be the actual upgrade functionality, which is probably going to be the most as far as like testing, balance, um, yeah, so like do do the coins make sense for the amount of times you click the button for the upgrade? Um, is it balanced as far as like the time between upgrades and whether or not the player is getting bored, which is going to be hard to test because it's whether or not I'm getting bored. Uh, and maybe I can get another couple people to test it. We'll see. We'll see. But it's like it's mostly done, which is good. Because then I'll have time to like play with the customizations and the colors, which will be fun. Yeah. So and now we're getting to the awkward signing off part. So yeah, I'm just gonna sign off. Have a good night. Um, I don't think anybody joined me on stream. But if you're watching this as a VOD, thank you so much. I appreciate you and have a good night. Bye.